Greetings, Japan fans. Today's show, we're going to look at life-work balance. Baishu, arigatou gozaimasu, and welcome back to the 11th year of the Leadership Japan series. I'm your host in Tokyo, Dr. Greg Story, Dale Carnegie Tokyo franchise owner, president of Dale Carnegie Tokyo Training, and the three-time best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery, which is Zaegyo in Japanese, Japan Business Mastery, and Japan Presentations Mastery, or in Japanese, Anata mo Prezen no Tachiden. My other books include Stop Wasting Money on Training, which in Japanese is Training de Okane o Muri ni suru no wa yamimashou. And my just released new book is Japan Leadership Mastery, and all are available on Amazon. This podcast brings insights, examples, and experience about leading in Japan. Trust me, it is different here. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We're not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn. Unlike many other hosting organizations, Libsyn have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on Apple Podcasts. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show podcast. Tuesday, the Presentation Japan series. Every second Tuesday, the Business Touches You Know Share Show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan series. And every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcaster Show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show podcast. Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. Before we get into today's show, our handy Japanese phrase for today is Chigaun janai? Chigaun janai? That's not quite right, is it? Maybe you get the bill and there's that big bottle of champagne there you didn't order on the bill, and you might say, Chigaun janai? Chigaun janai? Chigaun janai? That's not quite right, is it? Chigaun janai? Chigaun janai? This is episode number 570. Today we are talking about navigating, going for it, and blowing yourself up in Japan. I'm a maniac. A less charged descriptor might be an enthusiast. Now, Japan is a country chock full of enthusiasts. They win Best Pizza Maker, Best Sommelier, Best Hula Dancer, Best Shoemaker awards, etc., outgunning the Westerners who supposedly should be winning these hometown advantage awards. This is a country where work is taken very seriously. Growing up in laid-back Brisbane, we didn't live to work. We worked to live. At 5:30, most people are in the pub, the gym, the ocean, or at home getting ready for dinner. Japan took a different track. Back in the day, working late wasn't about productivity. It was all about devotion, being part of the team, pulling your weight in order to be taken seriously. In the late 1970s, I taught English at night while I was a student here at Jochi University, usually from 6:30 to 9:30. I was always amazed to finish the classes and walking out see all of these people there still working. Many of them, though, I observed, were seemingly engrossed in reading the sports newspaper or magazines rather than doing anything productive. But they were there, waiting for the boss to go home so they could do the same thing, demonstrating their solidarity with the others, also in wait to depart. 13 years later, I was going through piles of resumes of salespeople here in Japan looking to join our organization. This resume review process of mine has been going on for the last 32 years now. I noticed people would have blank periods in their employ. Job mobility today is better, but that is a fairly recent phenomenon after the collapse of Yamaichi Securities in 1999, Lehman Shock 2008, and the pandemic 2020. These have all thrown people out on the street and over time allowed the mid-career hire to become acceptable. Back in the day, leaving a job meant a steady spiral down in socioeconomic terms, and so most people hung in there no matter how bad it was. When I would ask about these blanks in their resumes, a surprising number of people, particularly women, said they got physically sick from working until the last train every night and had to quit to recover their health. These were not isolated cases, and many of the blanks were for months at a time, which made me really wonder about the cost of getting a salary and holding down a job in Japan. We've made a lot of progress since then, and I think that there is a much higher awareness about getting the work done in less time and allowing people to have a life outside of work. Young people are now all the equivalent of baseball free agents and can sell their services to the highest bidder, including demanding and getting better work-life balance. We should all be throwing rose petals in front of them and waving palm fronds above them to thank them for allowing the rest of us to be more clever about how we work. Find out more. We come back from the break. Today's show is brought to you by our public courses, but we also do custom in-house programs. We do them in Japanese and we do them in English, do them in our super safe classroom. We do them live online. The show today is being brought to you by, on the 12th and 13th of September, our High Impact Presentations course. Also on the 13th of September, our Dale Carnegie course, 12-week version. Our website is www.dale-carnegie.co.jp. So that's www.dale-carnegie.co.jp. You can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. So that's greg.story, STORY, at dalecarnegie.com. If you like learning by watching videos, then we have over 2,300 there for you at Tokyo, Japan, Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. We release 3 shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, that's the premier business show in Japan, every Monday, Tokyo time. Fridays, we have the Japan Business Mastery Show, and on Saturdays, we release Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders from SMEs right up to the corporate captains of industry on one topic, leading in Japan. Now, every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television. Don't forget to grab my business best-selling books on Japan on Amazon. Japan Sales Mastery, which is Saegyo in Japanese, Japan Business Mastery, and Japan Presentations Mastery, or in Japanese, Anata mo Presen no Tachijin. My other books include Stop Wasting Money on Training, which in Japanese is Training de Okane o Muri ni suru wa yamemashou, and my just released new book is Japan Leadership Mastery, and all are available on Amazon. Welcome back. The problem we face now is not externally induced pressure for working long hours, but the internally driven ambition to get ahead and in the process work like Trojans. Thanks to technology, there is now no longer a clear work, non-work break in the day because we are checking our emails all day and night. We're addicted to being in constant contact with our work demands. I mentioned I'm a maniac, and this constant checking of emails is what I'm doing too. I could try to manufacture the justification that because we're a global organization, email is arriving all the time, and I need to be on top of what is happening in other time zones. But is that really true? Would a few hours delay really make that big a difference? Are there actually real fires occurring which require me to don my big coat and grab the fire hose? What is happening is a habit formation, and combined with screen addiction, creating a toxic cocktail for all of us. One of Dale Carnegie's stress management principles is rest before you get tired. On first blush, it sounds ridiculous. What are we, wimps? Do we lack ambition? The guts to pay the price of success? No! We have to push through the pain barrier and keep driving. Allow no indulgence, no mercy, no regrets, no stopping. If we hit the pause button, though, and consider how much more we know today about psychosomatic illnesses than he did back in his day, we can see the prescient wisdom of his advice. It doesn't mean goofing off. It doesn't mean delinquent behavior and work avoidance. He was talking about monitoring our condition to always aim for maximum productivity, and that means sustained productivity. I think I've improved now, but I would work like crazy, drive myself hard, get sick, then be off work for days, and once recovered, rinse and repeat. What if I'd taken his advice and rested before I got tired? Now I've broken that cycle and placed myself in a better position to have sustained productivity rather than manic bursts followed by zero. Japan keeps us busy. The tech is making us even busier. And these issues won't go away. We have to play the long game, not the blame game. If you're a fellow manic like me, then stop the noise for a moment and seriously contemplate what rest before you get tired actually means for your life. Thank you for joining the Leadership Japan series. If you found the program useful, then tell your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. You can contact me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Our website is www.dale-carnegie.co.jp. Until the next episode, take what you thought valuable, put it into action, because idea application is what makes winners winners. So, be one of them. Remember, I'm in your corner, your go-to guy for soft skills training in Tokyo, committed to your success here in Nippon.